This triangle has 9 congruent triangles, 6 facing up and 3 facing down. If we were to expand this triangle to have 81 congruent triangles, how many triangles would be facing up compared to facing down? Can you solve? Okay, I'm going to show you how to do this problem, but before I get started showing you my work, I want to see what kind of work you would do to kind of brainstorm through this problem. Are you ready to give it a shot? Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Okay, so I did a little bit of work, and I want to kind of explain the work the way that I kind of approach this problem. And there's actually a couple different ways that you could approach this problem, using some more math, using sequences and series. But I'm going to keep this video fairly basic and just kind of go through what I saw with the problem, and therefore I approached it with using very kind of little math in this case. All right, so the first thing I did is, we talked about there's 9 triangles here, so I kind of used 9T to represent triangles. And 6 of them are facing up, so what I did was I wrote all the kind of arrows going up, 3 are facing down, and then I just said, well, I want to find the difference here. And the difference in this case is 3. And the basic question is, well, what if we had 81 congruent triangles? What would that difference be? So therefore, I added a row, and the triangles aren't perfect, but when I add a row, you can see that we're adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 9 is 16, so now there's 16 triangles total. Now 10 of them are facing up, 4 more. And then there's 6 that are facing down with a difference of 4. Now, there's a couple things that's kind of happening in this case that I think is kind of interesting. And I'm starting to see a pattern that I want to kind of use. And obviously, that's why the math, we can use the math to confirm our patterns. But if we start kind of going through this, if I see 9 and 16, a couple things that I noticed that these are square numbers. You can take the square root of 9 and you can take the square root of 16, right? And if I was to add another row, that would end up giving us 25 triangles, which is another square number. And again, okay, so therefore you can see another 25. And I'm not going to show the work for it to kind of speed this up a little bit, but that would be 25 triangles. Now, what's nice about the square numbers is, as I mentioned, you could take the square root. Well, the square root of 9 is 3. Well, look that's the difference. The square root of 16 is a difference of 4. And if we look at 25, what we can see here, again, let's see, there's going to be 10 up, so there are 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now there's 15 up, and then 6 down, now there's 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 down with the difference of 5. So again, it looks like the difference is directly related to the square root of the number of triangles there are. And so therefore, I would say the difference then is 9. Okay, just by following that pattern, I can see that the difference is 9. Now, there is another way to look at this without having to do math, but then that could also confirm what exactly we're doing. So the other way to look at this is rather than to expanding the triangle, think about the number 81. And it said there's 81 congruent triangles, right? Well, here we have 9 congruent triangles. 9 divides into 81. So what I can do is rather than writing these triangles with these arrows, I can think of this as 81 as 9 sets of 9 triangles, because 9 times 9 is 81. And basically what I'm doing there is if I was to take these triangles here and make 9 separate triangles, I would have 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, and so on and so forth. So therefore, that would give me my 81 triangles. Now, the difference is when I have a triangle facing up, I have 3 up, I have 6 up and 3 down. Well, how many of these do I have facing up that are smaller triangles? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So therefore, I would do 6 up times 6 and 3 up, or 3 down times 6, which would give me 36 facing up, and then 3 down, which would give me 18. Now, however, there are 1, 2, 3 triangles that are facing down. So let's see what that looks like when we have a triangle facing down, how those would relate. So if I take this triangle and turn it facing down, okay, now you can see for the facing down, again, I have 3 of these, right? 3 of them are facing down. So the number facing down in each one of these, because again, we need 9, there's 9 triangles in each one of these, right? Each one of these is a big triangle with 9 separate congruent triangles inside of there. Well, when we have them facing down, you can see we have 1, 2, 3 up. So there's 3 up, then times 3, because there's a total of 3 of them in there. And then down we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 down, and we have 3 of those. So now the total number up is 3 times 3, which is 9, and 6 times 3 is 18. So the total number up is 3 times 3, 9, plus 36, which is 45. So the total of this 81 triangles is 45 that are facing up. Subtract the number that are facing down, which is 18 plus 18, which is 36. The total difference is 9. So there are 2 different ways to go ahead and find the difference in the triangle. There you go. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe and add the bell notification, as I make math tutorials every single day, as well as provide live streams every week to answer the questions that you have. Keep working hard. Happy to help you out, and stay curious. Cheers.